everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you are new here, hello, my name is Chua, and today I am going to be doing my update to my deck of panning and also my No Pan Left Behind project. I am feeling under the weather right now. I'm on my period, probably TMI for some of y'all. I'm also still trying to get over a cold. Y'all probably heard the stuffiness from like previous videos, but yeah, I'm still trying to get over it. If I sound very breathy and like very exhausted, it's because I am. I literally had to take a nap before I filmed this video because I was just so tired. Anyways, enough about me. Let's move on to the products. Last time we had 2 new roll-ins and we had 3 that stayed in the project since the start of this project. So I'm just gonna go in order with what I have in my little booklet here. I'm going to talk about the uses and the progress, and then I'll draw the cards for our new prompts. Afterwards, I'll pull my products from my collection, show y'all, and then we'll move on to the next section of this video, which is the No Pan Left Behind project. So the first product is my ColourPop Lippy Stick or lip liner in Oh Snap. And the goal for this is to finish it. This was pulled in for the prompt King of Spade, which is in it for the long haul. Last time I used it 29 times, and this time around I used it 16 times, meaning I got 45 uses out of this lip liner so far in this project, and I am doing pretty good. It's doing pretty well. I will put the progress pictures up, but I have been really loving this. This is actually my go-to lip liner for almost every makeup look that I have going on recently, or just since this was rolled in, I should say. And I feel like with just another 2 months or so, this one might be good to go, and I'm not stressed about it. It's a very go-to, very frequently reached for product, so this one will be staying in, but hopefully not for too long. The next product is my About Face loose glitter in the shade Nemesis. This has been rolled in since the start of this project for the prompt Queen of Spade, which is Mrs. Right Now, and the prompt for that is excited to use it right now, seasonally appropriate, or to fill in a gap of this project. And I rolled it in with the goal of using it 10 times. I have used it 4 additional times since the last time. So that means I got 7 uses out of this product so far, meaning I have 3 more uses out of this product. The next product is my Pacifica Vegan Collagen Cuticle Balm. This one I rolled in for the Jack of Spade, which is the prompt Represent Another Project. And this one was the yearly usage one, which means 26 uses in 2026. And of course, the goal is to use it 26 times. And I've only used this 2 times since the last update, meaning I got 11 uses out of this total. I haven't really been touching this since the last update because I just keep forgetting about it, and anxiety has hit. I've been feeling very sick, and when I'm sick, I don't really tend to reach for things that are super fragrant, and this one has a very strong floral fragrance to it, so I haven't really been reaching for it, but I reached for it twice. So that's something, but yeah, this one still has a lot to go. And so I really do hope that I can get this done and rolled out by the next update. I'm trying to do my nails again since I'm feeling a little bit better, and I want to feel very glam, very beautiful when it comes to the nails. And so I want to nourish my nails a little bit better, or a little bit more. And then also I have a lot of fake nails that came in from YesStyle that I ordered a while back, and I haven't used any of them, and I really want to. So hopefully I can start putting on my fake nails a little bit more and use this as kind of like an in-between treatments for those days. The next product is my About Face Eye Paint in Tin Pan Alley, and this one was rolled in for the prompt Metallic, and the goal is to use this 5 times, and I've only reached for this 3 times. I only have 2 more uses to go with this one, so I am going to roll something else to replace this once I've hit 5 uses on this one, just because I don't want to reach 5 uses on this one and then just have it empty for the month, you know. So that's what I'm going to do. I do have it on the eyes right now. It's kind of like outlining my wing liner. I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually really, really pretty. So I'm probably gonna do that again with this one. Since I've entered this into this project, I've used it on the eyes and it can get a little bit bunchy and crunchy if I put too much on the lid itself. So I've been liking it for more like lighter, like decorative purposes, like you know, decorating the wing or just putting a little bit in the corner or just a little bit on the top. So I am going to keep this in the project but also roll another prompt into this, not into this, but for this. And lastly, we have the Kimchi Chick Duo 6 here. This is the gold, green and gold duo. And this one was rolled in for the prompt Tourist, which is a foreign brand or inspired by a country you wish to visit or visited. And I talked about it last time where I wanted to visit Korea, and I don't really have Asian brands in my collection right now, which is something that I'm really trying to focus on in the future. But yeah, I have actually reached 5 uses today on this, and I have actually been really liking this. I didn't think I would like the green as much, but I do actually really like the green. I love it as a liner. I also love it just like as a little pop of green in the accents, especially with like a little bit of pink, and it really just like floralize the look. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, you know how if you wear something that's very pink or purple and it can be very floral, it can remind you of flowers, springtime and all that. I add a pop of green to the look and it definitely looks like spring is on your eyes. So I really like this. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get 5 uses out of this, but I'm glad I did. So this is our actual official rollout, our only rollout I should say for this time around, but that's okay because we're gonna roll into prompts to replace this and also to follow after this about face eye paint. So I have my deck of cards here. I'm gonna shuffle, and while I shuffle, I'm gonna show you the prompt table on screen so you can look at that while I am shuffling, since my shuffling is just diabolical. Like, it's just so bad. I'm sure a lot of people cringe when I shuffle this. So let's just shuffle this one more time. Okay, all right, so we are gonna roll in. We're going to pick 2 cards for this. So let's see. 8 of Hearts, okay, and another one. 6 of Hearts. Okay, I am getting the same kind of symbols again, which is fine. I guess that's just how it is for my, I guess that's just my look this time around, right? So 8 of Hearts is dethroned, and then 6 of Hearts is highlight. So I'm gonna go pick out my products for these 2 prompts and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back and I have chosen my products. So for the 8 of Hearts, it is the prompt dethroned, which means no longer your favorite and it's been replaced, or it's been replaced. So for that prompt, I decided to go with my quad here from e.l.f. This is the powder blush palette, and this is no longer my favorite. This has been a drugstore blush that I reached for when I was still a very broke student, but I have found other blushes that I prefer now. But I have this because I purchased it for a cheer makeup video last year, and so that's the reason why I purchased it and have it in my collection. So I am going to roll this in, and the goal for me is to use each of these shade 3 times. So a no pan left behind ordeal, but reaching 3 uses on each blush, because I know that once I do reach that goal and I roll this out, I'm probably not going to use it again unless it's for a project. So 3 uses for every single shade, and then we'll be able to roll it out. This was kind of my go-to blush for a really long time because I can mix and match these shades, but I just don't really reach for it anymore because of the other formulations in my collection that I have found that just works better on the skin. So my swatching here is a little whack, but this is how it kind of looks like on the bottom. I swatched all 4 shades. They don't have shade names, so I can't really give you the names of them, but this is how it looks like, all swatched, kind of whack, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Okay, so there's that. And then the next prompt is 6 of Hearts, which is highlight. So a highlighter, lighter concealer, or powder used for brightening. And I decided to go with a highlighter because I don't have too many concealers that I use for brightening right now. A lot of my concealers I'm just using just to use, which is something I'm probably going to talk about in different videos. I also don't really have powders that really brightens, and if I do, then they're already in other projects. I'm trying not to double dip. So I went with a powder highlight, and I decided to go with my Farrah highlight here in Zara. This is a really, really beautiful highlight, as you can tell. It is very, very bright, more silvery than my highlight that is in my Panda Face palette right now. And I do actually have it swatched here. I don't know if you can see. So the first swatch here is my Magic City highlighter in my Panda Face palette. And then the second one is the Farrah highlighter. These two were the other candidates, but I decided to go with this one. So yeah. That is the highlighter that I have decided to roll in, and I am going to put 10 uses on this highlighter. I feel like 5 uses is too little for a highlighter because I do really like my highlights, and also more than 10 uses might be a little bit too much for the month because I am still trying to really reach for my highlighter that is in my project right now. And also I have my Setica highlighter that is in my Project Rainbow as well. So 10 uses on this one is good for me. So those are our 2 roll-ins for this time around. Let's get into the eyeshadows now. For the No Pan Left Behind project, I enter in 5 eyeshadow palettes to use within a month time span, and I'm glad to say we have 4 rollouts, and so let's go through them. To start off, we have the Ace Beauté Whimsical Bloom palette. This is a very beautiful springy pastel palette. And this one, I haven't used all of the shades yet. I still have these browns and oranges right here. I have used everything else. So I still am able to maybe get one more look before I can roll this out. So this, I still have some shades to use, but I am going to roll in another palette to replace this one once I am done using these browns and oranges. The next time I do my update, I will show you all of the makeup looks that I have created with this palette, because I don't want to show it right now because I feel like it's incomplete still. You know, it feels kind of weird to me. So I am going to hold off on the photos that I have taken with this palette. But just letting y'all know, I am almost done with this palette, and it's actually been a very, very fun palette. I am definitely going to reach for this a little bit more when I'm feeling more spring, very pastel, festival-like. This is definitely a really good palette for that. Next is a very springy palette as well, and this is my Violet Voss Sakura Blossom. This is a very pink forward palette, and I have not used all of the shades in this one yet. I've only been able to touch maybe 5 of these shades. Let me double check. So I've only been able to dabble in 6 shades right now, which are these first 3 shades on top, and then this Festival shade here, which is a dark magenta-y purple shade, and then these browns down here, Delicate and Seasoned. So only 6 were touched this month, so I still have a lot to go. So this one is going to be staying in. Hopefully I can get everything used up by the next update. The rest of these palettes are going to be rolling out because I did reach for every single shade, so I'm really glad about that. But also these palettes were not too hard to reach for and get them used up. So the next one is the Ace Beauté Grandeur palette. I have used every single shade of this one, and I've created like more neutral, very professional Asian inspired looks, and then I created more of like a pink look with this one. And now that I have used this again and its totality of like using every single shade. I like the neutrals and browns in here a little bit more than I like the pinks, which is kind of really shocking to me because I thought I would reach for especially Poppy, this dark kind of pinky, purpley magenta maroon here, but I didn't. And so I realized that now that I've used this, I'm not necessarily in love with this palette anymore. I know this was my first palette I got from Ace Beauté through my makeup box, and I really liked it to create more neutral leaning, professional leaning looks. But nowadays, I feel like I can do better. You know, I have other palettes in my collection that I prefer compared to this. So I don't know, this one might be on the chopping block. I haven't done anything with my chopping block like little side project yet, but this one might be on the chopping block because I liked it, but I don't love it. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep a palette in my collection if I don't really reach for it. We shall see if it ends up in my chopping block little side project. Okay, next is my Ciate Olive palette, and this is a 9-pan mini palette here. Still really love this palette, y'all. Like, it's so gorgeous. I really love the mattes in here. The greens in here are different from one another, and I really like this yellow in the corner right here too. It really does bring some life back to the eyes if it's too green forward and too grungy. Really like it. It is a little powdery though with the mattes, so I feel like I have to go in and like dust this off a little bit just because it's so powdery. But yeah, I was able to create many looks with this palette. Really like it, and so it's going back into the collection, but I am still going to probably reach for this a little bit more since I am still in the since we are still in March. And lastly is my Violet Voss Sun-Kissed Summer palette. This one was a really nice palette. I really enjoyed it. I created pink looks, some goldeny yellow looks, and I really love all of the looks I created with this one. Very beautiful. And it makes me feel girly, but not in like a super Barbie pink doll like girly feel. More of like a sophisticated, fresh looking kind of girly look. You know what I mean? And so I really like this palette for that. We have 4 palettes that are going to be rolling out. Not rolling out. We have 3 palettes that are going to be rolling out. 2 staying in, but 1 is going to have a replacement since I only have about 5 or 6 more shades to use in one look. So we are going to take out the little spinning wheel and we are going to spin for 4 new palettes. Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn. Okay, that is a very beautiful palette as well, and honestly I'm very happy to be able to play with more of my Ace Beauté palettes in this project. So that's the first one. Let's spin for the second. Beauty Creations Esmeralda 2. I already have this as my Project Level Up palette, so I am going to respin. Ciate Olive. I already did that one, so I'm gonna hide that slice. Wonder Beauty Swisscape. Okay, I'm hiding that slice as well. Let's try to get a new one, please. Natasha Denona Peak. Okay. I think this one is a 5-pan if I'm not mistaken. So that is one palette. Let's do another one. Violet Sunset. That one is a different palette than the Sun-Kissed Summer. It kind of sounds the same, but this one is a little different, so I'm glad. Okay, now we have one more palette. Ofra Symphony. Okay, that is very nice. All right, let me go grab those palettes and then I will be right back to show you. I am back with the palettes and this is our Vintage Dawn palette here. Very beautiful. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to play with this palette because it's been a really long time since I have, and I actually really love this palette so much. I love the color in here and also the pops of neutral in here as well. So I mean, I would say a pops of color, not pops of neutral. But yeah, very, very beautiful. I am excited to use this up and create some beautiful looks out of this one. So very excited. I also really, really love the packaging on this one. Next is our Natasha Denona Peak. This is a 5-pan eyeshadow palette here. And this one is like more of the neutral sort of palettes that I have from Natasha Denona. I don't really have a whole lot from hers, but this is one of them that I still have in my collection. This one's probably going to be relatively easy to complete because I could just do one look with all of these shades and be done with. This is going to be fun to create for the office especially, or just for a day when I feel like I want to put something on the eyes but like nothing too colorful. This is going to be a really good palette for that. Next is my Violet Sunset one. This one is so gorgeous. I really like this color story here as well. And does that not look like a violet sunset? Like, this has the right kinds of purples that I love, pinks, browns. It's just so beautiful. This one's gonna definitely be a beautiful, gorgeous palette to play with, especially when spring rolls around. And then the last one is Ofra Symphony. I've only played with this one time since I finally pulled it from my new makeup stash. And this is also a purple forward palette, also a 5-pan. I feel like I can create a look with all of these shades. It's not going to be too hard. I really do love the shade in the middle here. It's so gorgeous. So this one is definitely going to be an easy one too. I just have to feel purple enough to reach for this one. So that is all for my update. Please do let me know how you think I'm doing with this project, whether it's deco panning or no pan left behind. Let me know what you think about these makeup looks. Let me know how you're doing if you are participating in this project or in these projects. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.